I think I already did a live stream. I started one, seeing It's Been a While by Stained. So I'm not going to do that again. What is up, guys? Chase Oliver here, bringing you another wrestling live discussion here on the Chase Oliver channel. Talk about all things professional wrestling, whether you guys watch live or via the archive. If you guys are watching this, make sure you guys check out the description down below. That's the link to my friend VenomNationWrestling, aka JD Venom. You guys know Justin. He comes on here to do the pay-per-view streams with me all the flipping time. So, yeah, just make sure you guys check out his channel, show some support. And then also in the description is also our latest top 10 that we did. Top 10 things wrestling fans do. Honestly, I had so much fun doing that top 10. There's also stories that you guys probably never heard from me in that top 10. So you guys should definitely check out that top 10. Top 10 things us as wrestling fans do. Both of those links are in the description box down below. Now that all the plugs are out of the way, it's time to once again talk about wrestling. And boy, have I missed nothing. Let's be real here. I didn't do a video for a week, and I missed absolutely nothing in professional wrestling. I guess a lot of people will say that the Maharaja, Jinder Mahal, has won the WWE Championship. So I guess that's something, right? The Maharaja. Look, Jinder Mahal, congratulations to him. Him and Randy Orton had a decent pay-per-view match at Backlash. It wasn't bad. It was a decent match. Jinder Mahal won. Congratulations to him. Congratulations to Snowdrop, my good friend, the Q&A queen, who is probably freaking out about this. But I just don't care. Because Straight Shooter, one of my great Twitter followers, had to ruin something. Maybe that Jinder Mahal is just going to be fed to Cena, which could be possible, where John Cena comes back and saves the days. At this point, I do miss John Cena. I never thought as a grown adult professional wrestling fan, I'd sit here and tell you guys, I miss John Cena, but I do. I miss John Cena. You know why I miss John Cena? Because he actually feels like a fucking superstar. Whether you like him or not, he actually feels like a big-time deal. I actually care when he's on my television set. Most of these guys, a lot of times, I just don't care. And the thing with Jinder Mahal being champion, yeah, it's cool and all, but is it going to actually do something? Is it actually going to help Jinder? Is it actually going to make WWE feel strong? I don't think so. It depends on how WWE uses him. And hey, look, if he proves me wrong, he proves me wrong. Many wrestlers have proved me wrong in the past, and I hope Jinder Mahal proves me wrong. I just felt Jinder Mahal being WWE champion right now, he is just not ready for it. He is not ready to be champion. He is not ready to hold that belt with all that prestige and all that lineage and all that history. I mean, you can use the whole, well, it's someone new all you want excuse to me, but for me, that's just an excuse. Just because it's someone new, it doesn't mean it's good. You can do a lot of things new and doesn't mean it's good. There has to be a right time and a right place and the right story to be developed. I honestly felt like WWE was just like, well, we're going to India later this year. We need something big there. Let's do Jinder. Like, honestly, I feel like it's not because of Jinder Mahal's work ethic or anything like that why WWE is rewarding him. It's just because they're like, well, we need to put asses in seats for an Indian tour. That's just how I feel about it. But let's see. Let's see if Jinder proves me wrong. Don't hinder Jinder. He's won the WWE title. Yippee. What else happened that I missed? Oh, the WWE Money in the Bank was announced. Kevin Owens, Baron Corbin, AJ Styles, Shinsuke Nakamura, Dolph Ziggler, and I believe that's it. Oh, Sami Zayn to Uber driver. Solid Money in the Bank match. Can't really complain. Most likely going to go to Baron Corbin. That's all I can really say about that. Shinsuke, by the way, his opening match with Dolph at Backlash. I know I didn't do a Backlash review, nor am I going to do a Backlash review. If you guys want just quick summary about it, I thought the show was just It was just there, really, to be honest, Backlash. Like, why was Tyler Breeze dressed up as a grandma? That was ridiculous. But when it comes down to it, with Shinsuke's first match at Backlash, I think a lot of people can agree that Shinsuke's first match was very, very underwhelming. And, like, really, to be honest, sometimes Shinsuke can be a little bit overrated. Now, let's be real here. For people who think Shinsuke is phoning it in. He probably is at this point in his career. Let's be real. Shinsuke has done a lot of shit in his career. Has wrestled a lot of fucking stupid wars throughout his career. His body's probably beat up to no end. I don't expect what you saw in Japan from Shinsuke into WWE. And it's not because, WWE's trying to water him down. It's probably because Shinsuke is just like, man, dude, I'm tired of always doing this strong style shit, hitting people hard and people hitting me hard. He'll do it sometimes, probably depends on the opponent. But really, to be honest, don't expect Shinsuke to freaking give you all that maximum effect shit. Expect Shinsuke to just kind of go through the motions. Has he earned that right? No, not really. He hasn't really earned that right for the WWE. I guess as an overall wrestler in his career, yeah, I guess he's earned that right. But don't expect Shinsuke to like freaking give you all these great matches. But for what it was a decent intro match. It's also, too, the reason why you probably didn't care about it is because it's fucking Dolph Ziggler. Who really cares about Dolph Ziggler at this point in his career? Like, seriously, WWE, they love doing this with Ziggler. They give Ziggler all this momentum, all this fluff, and then people start kind of getting behind them, and then they drop the ball with it. Like, they just don't care. They're just like, that was cute for 2 seconds. Let's just get away with it. Like, remember when he won the IC title last year? He won the Intercontinental title from The Miz. It was a great match, great story, and everything like that at Backlash last year. I was like, oh, yeah, Ziggler and Uber Driver are now going to wrestle for the IC belt. And then they just have him lose the IC title. They're just like, oh, yeah, fuck it. We're just going to have Ziggler lose. Remember when he was a sole survivor for Team Cena versus The Authority and stuff like that? He was a sole survivor. He got his job back. It felt like, oh, maybe Ziggler might get some monster push. Let's just give him the Intercontinental title and have him do nothing matches and fool people. That's what they do with Dolph Ziggler. Like, why should you care about Dolph Ziggler? Why should you want to watch Dolph Ziggler fight this high-profile prospect? Now, if it was someone else like The Miz or maybe like a Seth Rollins or someone with a name value to it, the match, I feel like, would have came off a little bit better. But the fact of the matter is, it was against Dolph Ziggler, who you just constantly just don't care about. It's whatever. So, yeah. So, yeah, anyways, Shinsuke had his debut match, and it was all right. Okay, so now, time to talk about Raw. Oh, my God, dude. Like, you can't defend this show of just how bad Raw is getting. Like, honestly, Raw's just getting bad, man. And it's like not even funny how bad it's getting. Like, you have it where it's like, how can I say this? Like, when I'm seeing a backstage interview segment with especially that insults my intelligence, we live in a day and age where technology is super freaking advanced. Super freaking advanced. And you're telling me Kurt Angle can't find out who's sending this message from Corey Graves' phone? What the heck? Why is someone sending Corey Graves this? How come Corey Graves is copying and pasting this in a notepad or something? Like, oh my God, that was just the dumbest thing I ever saw. Like, Kurt Angle's reading a phone like he's some dummy. Like, this is why I told people for months on end, and no one wanted to listen. Kurt Angle coming back as GM was a terrible idea. The guy came out of rehab. He has no social skills whatsoever. We have this bumbling Kurt Angle. Not this Kurt Angle that I used to like and know. This WWE. I'm Kurt Angle. Oh, I'm doing a terrible job. Who'd say such a thing? Shut the fuck up, Dumbo. Who would say such a thing? You haven't done shit. All you are is pretty much Mick Foley. He's literally just like Mick Foley. And then everyone's like, oh, what's the mystery behind this? Who's saying it? It's Stephanie. Jesus Christ. Like, are we supposed to be stupid? Are we supposed to be like, oh, let's forget about Stephanie? She's still a part of the freaking show. You can just take her off TV, but people are going to know she still exists, you dummies. Fuck. And then it's like people like justify this episode of Raw. Whoa, we got 2 great matches. Shut up with your great matches shit. The triple threat match. Oh, That went on way too long. It didn't need to be that long. The only good thing about it was that Samoa Joe won. But this is why wrestling's so stupid. So Finn Balor damages Bray Wyatt, and the big bad Samoa Joe can't just go up behind Finn Balor and choke this little fucker out. No, instead, he has to push Finn Balor away to steal a win from him. What? How does that make any sense? If you're watching this from a perspective, even from a kayfabe perspective, Samoa Joe shouldn't steal a win from Finn Balor. What Samoa Joe should be doing, if he's called the Destroyer, he should grab Finn Balor's scrawny little ass, freaking choke him out, and throw him on top of Bray Wyatt, pinning both of these motherfuckers. Like for real. And you have Samoa Joe having to steal a win. And then Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins main event. I haven't seen that before. It's a great match. Yeah, we know these two can put on great matches. The stupid thing about this is this match was really good, but it was for nothing. Oh, but Chase, it was for bragging rights and pride before the fatal fight. What the fuck are you talking about? You're making shit up at this point. Oh, this was a war of attrition. Like, how many times did Michael Cole during that match be like, what a battle? This is such a battle. Like, shut up. It's not a battle. It's the same shit. Like, we've seen this match. Like, this match was for nothing. It was like, it wasn't like, oh, if Seth Rollins wins, he gets like an advantage in the fatal five-way, or Roman wins. It was just like, it's literally just like, oh, it's such a battle. It's the same shit. Literally the same fucking shit. Like, oh, that was for nothing. You can say, oh, but it was a good match. We've seen that. We know they can have good matches, but you don't put on a good match like that for nothing. That's why these wrestlers are so stupid. Because then when we're going to see this match, it's going to be like, well, it didn't compare it to its Raw match. So whatever. But that was just the start of some stupidity on Raw. Austin Aries tapped out Neville before the pay-per-view. I don't know how that makes any sense. And then, oh, God. WWE loves doing this. They love rehashing old stuff. They love giving old stuff to new people. And I get it, because it got over. I get why WWE likes doing certain segments, because they get over. In fact, a lot of times, the best segments on Raw are not matches. They're actual segments themselves. If you ask people, can you name me your top 10 favorite Raw themes of all time? Guarantee you 6 out of 10 of those lists on that list would be actual segments and not really matches. And I get it. The This Is Your Life segment was the most successful segment in WWF/E history. It got a 7.1 rating with The Rock and McFoley. Every time you kind of do it, it does get a little bit of a pop to it. And it's true, it does help with the pop. When The Rock did with Mick Foley, that was highly rated. When Mick Foley did with Cena, that was highly rated. But why the fuck was Alexa Bliss doing this with Bayley? Like, I'm being dead fucking serious. If Emma never did that whole Emelina debuting shit, and then she just was no longer Emelina, this would have been the worst segment I've ever seen. But thankfully Emelina exists, so that's the worst segment. This was shit. You know it was shit because WWE even deleted it off their YouTube. You can't even find shit for this on the YouTube. That's how bad it was. Like, you know it's bad when WWE's like, oh, we don't even want our fans to see this shit again. Let's just delete it. I get it that maybe the people they brought in don't know fucking Bayley, are actors looking to get a paycheck. But Jesus Christ, if you're someone that's looking to get into the acting field, and I can say I can knock wrestlers for this, I can knock actors too. Can you at least talk to him? Can you at least talk to Bayley? Maybe get to know Bayley. Maybe freaking get to act and pretend to be her friend for like at least 2 hours before you go on air. I did not feel any emotional connection. Alexa Bliss was literally just like, "Hey guys, I'm Alexa Bliss. Look at me, I'm so cute. I'm gonna call Bailey. Oh, Bailey's so goofy and so stupid." It's so bad. Jumping on the bandwagon like most wrestling fans, being like, "Oh, let's get Alexa." No, this really was bad. Alexa Bliss literally was just trying her best to be good at it, but she was sucking at the same time. Like sometimes Alexa Bliss tries too hard. Like Alexa Bliss hears too many good things about her backstage and not enough bad. Because literally the worst thing about Alexa Bliss is that she is trying too hard. Too hard to try. You can't be trying that hard, Alexa Bliss. Just be yourself, be natural. But she's trying too hard. And I get it. Like Alexa Bliss, like most WWE divas, they say this bullshit whenever they go on their podcast with other wrestlers. I don't know how to be a mean person. Shut the fuck up. You're a woman. You know how to be mean. Be mean. You know, trust me. Whenever I hear a woman say, "Oh, I don't know how to be mean," oh, yes, you do. If you're mean to your men and your boys, you can be mean to girls too. You just have to be mean. That's it. But seriously, this segment was terrible. I actually was happy when Bailey did something for once. But I don't care about any of these people. Bailey, I don't care about. Bailey is WWE just fucked up with Bailey. They made her too powerful. They made her too powerful. That's what they did. They literally made Bailey so overpowered when she first came to WWE, too strong. They came on Bailey too strong. They didn't let people naturally get into Bailey like she was in NXT. Because in NXT, you got naturally behind Bailey. You actually liked the Bailey story. Oh, she was kind of the left out one of the four horsemen. She was always kind of the underdog, the ghost of the group. You know, yeah, she was good, but she wasn't as good as Charlotte, Becky, or Sasha. People are leaving her behind. She's not that great, blah, blah, blah. You get what I'm saying? Like, you got behind Bailey. You could feel it. Bailey literally comes up on the main roster. She helps Charlotte. She helps Sasha beat Charlotte right away. And then she's like, "I want to be women's champion." And it's like, what the fuck? You get to say you want to be women's champion? Like, no, work your way for it. And instead of like making you feel bad for Bailey or make Bailey an underdog, it's like that you care about. And like the thing is, it wasn't like WWE and NXT had it where every girl's like, "Bailey, you're pathetic. All you do is this. All you do is that. You're such a little bit." Like they actually like made you care about Bailey just because it was just like you felt like she deserved a little bit better. And in matches, they would try to do stuff with her. Here, they were just like, okay, we'll give her enhancement matches and make the fans upset that Bailey's not getting pushed. And then we'll finally push her and we'll do the usual. Like, because every feud with Bailey, how many times do we have to hear someone say, "Bailey, you're pathetic"? Seriously, every freaking feud, it's someone calling her pathetic. It's the same shit. "Charlotte, you're not the queen. I am. You're pathetic." Alexa Bliss, "Baby, you're so pathetic. I'm going to beat you in front of your dad." And soon when Sasha Banks comes, "Bailey, you're pathetic." But seriously, Bailey, they ruined her when she came on the main roster because they made her too strong at first. They made her overpowered. And then later on, they have her win at WrestleMania too. Like, how is she an underdog? How is she someone that I'm supposed to get behind? I can't get behind this. I honestly can't sit here and say, "Oh," I can't sit here and make and get behind her like this. The only good thing about Raw was the Hardys and Ambrose versus the Sheamus, Cesaro, and Miz match. That was the only thing I liked from Raw. And the revival stuff was stupid. Like, this is what happens when WWE does stupid shit. And they don't realize, like, I bet you, because these wrestling fans, man, with their Twitters and shit. This is why wrestling sucks too, man. It's best, bro. I can't believe I got through the whole show either. the shit that I do sometimes, man. The shit I do. I don't tap out. I sit through this shit. I sit through it and I get pissed. But like, no, dude, this is like, because like some wrestling, if you guys don't remember, last week on Raw, Enzo Amore got attacked. And everyone's like, "Oh, who attacked Enzo?" And so Sasha Banks was getting interviewed. This had nothing to do with the revival or anything. And I guess the revival were just walking in the background, and some wrestling fan zoomed in on this shit. It was like, I wonder who attacked Amore and WWE probably did not even think about this. They were really like, huh, this guy gave us a storyline. And don't say, oh, WWE planned. No, shut the fuck up. WWE not planned this shit. WWE did not go like, oh, this is such a genius idea. We'll have no. They literally were like, hey, some guy on Twitter noticed this. Let's use this storyline. Fucking stupid. And then like the whole like Corey Graves and Big Cassie, like Big Cass came out. Why would you think that I would attack my brother? Someone that I call my little brother. Why would you think that I would attack him like that? I would never attack my brother and stuff like that. Shut the fuck up. Oh yeah. Goldust and R-Truth stuff. That's fun. But seriously, like that's literally like the dumbest thing. Like, and I get it that like Corey Graves cannot get attacked because he has all these concussion issues and everything like that. But seriously, it's just dumb. Raw is just bad. Do not let people sit here and feed you this bullshit and stuff like that. Do not let people just like sit here and try to tell you it was good. Just because they had 2 good matches does not mean shit. You can have all the good matches you want, but when shit like this is going on, it's bad. It's really bad. And it's just like, really, to be honest here, it makes you wonder why you care and why you even want to discuss or talk about wrestling. Because wrestling, I put in my title, talking about wrestling is boring nowadays. The reason why I didn't stream last week is literally, to be honest, because I was just like, what the fuck am I going to talk about? Yeah, you have the whole Jinder Mahal winning the WWE title, but is that even worth like going into full detail about? No, not really. And there's no disrespect to Jinder. It's just more of like, yeah, that's it. Let's just talk about it. It's just like, to be honest, like I was recovering from like finals and everything like that. Like my brain was recovering from finals and everything like that. And I was just like kind of tired, and the whole week was kind of like a rough week for me in general. That's why I didn't kind of do a stream last week. But yeah, wrestling's just boring to talk about. There's like nothing really that exciting about it. It's just like when you think about it, you watch Raw, it's the same stuff every week. Even with SmackDown, everyone will say, well, SmackDown's a superior show, but not by much. So yeah. Batman, his username is blue because he's a moderator. All moderators on my channel have blue usernames. So yeah. What do you think of the conspiracy theories made up that McMahon put the title on Jinder so people would stop watching SmackDown and watch Raw more? In my opinion, it's another stupid logic by internet fans. Like, why would fans stop watching? No, like that's so stupid. Whoever thought of this conspiracy theory is just dumb. Because like Hardwired, why would people be like, oh well, Jinder's champion now? No, I'm gonna go watch. Yeah, I'll go watch. What's there to watch on Raw that's better than Jinder? Like for real, what is there? Like I'm a Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins fan. I like those two, but they're just average dudes at this point. I think both Reigns and Rollins have a tremendous talent that are not being used correctly. Like those two are just like 2 of the most talented guys on the roster, and yet those motherfuckers are not used correctly. They're not used correctly whatsoever. So what's wrong with Jinder? At least Jinder to some degree is being used correctly. I mean, is he deserving of this push? No, not at all. Has he earned this push? No. Do not tell me, oh, Jinder has earned / deserved it. He hasn't earned shit. He's literally the only reason why Jinder won the title is because WWE has an India show coming up in September and they want to freaking sell out that show. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. Maybe give Cena his 17th title run some meaning. I can already see the video package now of Jinder saying he destroyed everyone and anyone in his path, and boom, bam, thank you, ma'am. There comes John Cena to save the day. Yeah, well, you know what? The Singh brother was too light. Maybe Randy Orton did not think of the lightness. Right. Once again, another forgettable Randy Orton title reign. What if Bayley turned into aggressive heel? People will just get behind it. They'll be like, oh, she's finally doing something different. And they'll love that her theme song's distorted because wrestling fans love dark and depressing shit. So no, don't turn Bayley heel, aggressive heel. Because I can already picture now. There ain't no stopping us now. Bow, 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 bow. That's like Bailey's new theme song. There ain't no stopping us now. Bow, bow. Can't you guys picture that? Lose the ponytail. The ponytails make her look cute. That's what makes her feel like a young girl right there. Makes her feel like the girl next door. Thank you to the people that are watching. If you guys like what you're seeing, hit that thumbs up button and all that other good stuff. Yeah, no, but you can't just have her lose the ponytail. That makes her look cute, apparently. Yeah, no, but wrestling is just like, oh, by the way, you guys can ask questions. Any questions are welcome, not just wrestling related. Whatever questions you can think of off the top of your head, you're more than welcome to ask. But yeah, no, wrestling is just like, and I'll just ramble on about our stuff too. But yeah, no, wrestling is just like, it's so boring to talk about. Like you're pulling shit out of your ass sometimes to like talk about stuff. You're just like, well, I gotta go talk about stuff, and that's why I'm glad that like I didn't go all in on like, oh, I want to just be a wrestling content creator. Like I do this as a fun little hobby on the side because god dang, to those who try to find a way, man, like you guys know it's bad because like remember the last time I did a stream, the last stream that I did, we were talking about the NBA Finals for like 30 minutes. In fact, if you look at the thumbnail, it's about the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers. It's not even about wrestling. And the funny thing is, because I can check my analytics of what is like the most watched segments on my streams. The most watched segment on my stream was nothing wrestling related. It was when I was talking about basketball. Oh, pay me tons Dynasty. No one's paying me tons. Dynasty 215. I wish my pay me tons was working, but my pay me tons is not working out, man. This was supposed to be the $10,000 goal, but I'm giving to you guys free because you guys are not paying me enough. You guys don't know what pay me tons in. It's a good joke on Patreon. Where the heck is the wrestling goddess? At least give her something to do, even if she comes out just jiggling her titties. Seriously, they had her break up with Charlotte and she didn't do shit. Then the whole lesbian Emelina stuff because Emma got injured is not happening. Yeah, whatever. Honestly, want this Bliss and Bailey match to be like the Rock and Mankind at the Royal Rumble, where Bliss needs to go full-blown vicious with the Candlestick and bloody Bailey up and keep her out for months. Yeah, that would be actually a good spot. Or go like Tommy Dreamer and Sandman, like handcuff Bailey, and then and that would get Bailey over. I mean, it would be vicious, and like it's not PG, but it would work. Where she's like, thank you, ma'am. Can I have another? And so it's like, bam, you just keep hitting it. Why not? Props on the beard. Yeah, it's getting terrible, though. I might shave it soon. But I want to be like Bray Wyatt. I want to know what it's like to be the new face of fear. I think that's really one of the only reasons I keep it, to do funny Bray Wyatt skits. To be real here, I'm being dead serious. When I can get the, I wish it was dark right now. Oh, I would have had a Bray Wyatt skit already made. Humpty Dumpty and shit like that. Extreme Rules should be called extremely lame. Yeah, well, like I'm gonna do the predictions tomorrow, but seriously, what is the worst? Like what's about this is that's fun, the good about it? But what's extreme? Chase, do you agree that today's NBA playoffs are the worst? Oh yeah, no, like seriously, mine is probably like that's even a stretch giving 2 or 3 games props. Like minus game what was the Wizards game that was really good? The Wizards and Celtics game that was just back and forth. I can't remember. I think, oh yeah, minus game 6 of Wizards versus Celtics, minus game 5 of Spurs versus Rockets, and really that's all about it. Maybe there's another game. What else? What else is good about this playoffs? Nothing. Oh, the Warriors destroying a bunch of loser teams, injured teams, and people making excuses about why they're not great. All the Cavs showing dominance. Let's suck LeBron's dick even more. Like, who cares? It's like, for real. Was this Bailey segment worse than growing up Bella? Ooh. Growing Up Bella had more redeeming factors to it. In fact, I'm really biased about Growing Up Bella because that segment really helped me out on YouTube a lot. That was one of my favorite segments to bash on YouTube. Like, did you notice how in I went on Growing Up Bella compared to this Is Your Life segment? Growing Up Bella has a special place in my heart, but no, I thought Growing Up Bella was actually funny compared to this. Like, This Is Your Life, like, I was Growing Up Bella, it was just death. I think this is as bad as when Nikki was like, I wish you died in the womb. I think the This Is Your Life was just as bad as the This Is Your Die in the Womb promo by Nikki Bella, but not as bad as Growing Up Bella. How many years in a row are we going to say the same finals? The NBA is a joke and it sucks because I used to love the game. I told people today, oh, I'm finally happy that the NBA season starts on Thursday. Like, I remember, like, telling people at work, because I work at a bar, so, like, we talk about sports, and so one of the guys was like, oh, who you got for the finals? I'm like, oh, the start of the NBA season? Oh, I got the Warriors. And he's all like, he started laughing because, like, he's like, yeah, it is kind of like the start of the NBA season. I'm like, yeah, that's it. Blue Knight, no, I'll not be doing UFC 212 predictions. I don't even know if I'll be able to review the show, to be honest. I have been lazy with my UFC crap on this channel. I like doing UFC stuff, but it's just like, so many Saturday nights, and like I kind of like working Saturday nights because they're very busy, so it's kind of like fun to do. But if I had time to talk about UFC, I will, but it's mostly because like UFC, it's like, first of all, like the last card was just kind of like, I don't want to talk about it again, like Jojana Jurjanchik dominating some bitch, and then like a boring Damian Maia fight they should have lost, and Stipe just being a beast. Like, that card was like not fun to talk about, but I can give quick UFC 212 predictions. So UFC 212 was in Brazil. A bunch of fighters that I don't know about on this card. Let's get started. Eric Silva is taking on Yanti Medeiros. I'll go with Eric Silva. Paulo Baracachina versus Olowe Bombagos. Holy shit, what the kind of names are this? I'm going to go with Olowe. I know who the fuck he is. That's why. Vitor Belfort versus Nate Marquardt. The fuck is Deuce doing on the card? Just give me Vitor. Why the fuck not? Claudia Gadella versus the Angel, Karolina Kovacevic. Oh, Karolina's such an angel. She's such a heavenly little soul. But I think she's going to win this one. So I'll go with Karolina. And then Jose Waldo taking on Max Blessed Holloway. I think Jose Waldo will show why he was been hiding for quite some time, because he's going to embarrass Max Blessed Holloway. I think Max Holloway is good, but he's still learning. While Jose Aldo's a match. Like, Jose Aldo's Jose, whatever the fuck you want to call him, way. He's very determined to get back at Conor McGregor. He really wants that McGregor fight again. And I can't blame him. Because sometimes when you lose like the way he did, and especially for how dominant he's been for so many years, you want to get back there. And I remember I thought Jose was done. And then he just demolished Frankie Edgar and made Frankie Edgar look like he never was a champion in his life at UFC 200. I think he's going to do the same thing with Max Holloway. I think Max Holloway's coming in very high on himself, taking down an Anthony Pettis who was very weak from the weight cut. I think when Max Holloway steps in there, and Max Holloway can win. I'm not saying Max Holloway has no chance. He can win this fight. But guarantee you, man, if Jose just starts getting his rhythm going and starts hitting his combinations, Max Holloway is going to be confused. He's not going to know where Jose is, because that's the thing about Jose Aldo. Once he goes with one combination, he has 6 other combinations that he can hit you with. Max Holloway, he only has 3 combinations top. Jose Aldo knows that they counteract a lot of stuff. The thing about the counter punch was just a well-timed punch that knocked him out, and that punch pissed him off, man. Because Jose Aldo said, I should have avoided that punch. I should have known how to block that punch. Because now Jose Aldo's desperate to get at Conor McGregor, and he's trying to prove that he is. If Jose Aldo finishes Max Holloway, if he doesn't get on that microphone and calls out McGregor's dumbass, then I don't know what he's doing. I mean, McGregor probably won't fight him anytime soon, because let's be real here, he's going to be fighting Floyd next year, so it's not like it matters. But I got Jose winning. I just don't see how Jose loses to Max. Max Holloway's good, but I saw Max Holloway versus Conor. Weaker Max Holloway than he is currently now, but I feel Jose Aldo honestly is just technically way too smooth. Once again, I saw Jose Aldo destroy Frankie fucking Edgar at UFC 200. You're going to try to sit here and tell me Max Holloway, get the fuck on out of here. No, I'm not giving Max Holloway no chance. How many years in a row are we going to see the same NBA finals? The NBA is a joke and it sucks because I used to love the game. Probably 3 more years hardwired. I would say we would see it. Yeah, that's the only entertaining thing about WWE nowadays is Sad McFly as the reviewers. It's us people. We're really the ones that benefit from the bad WWE, not WWE, because we get to talk and poom this shit all the time. It's funny to talk about. What's the worst? What's the worst? The welcoming community or 3MB or Los Matadores? Welcoming community, because they're not going to do anything. Big Cass attack Enzo because Enzo reminds him too much of James Ellsworth because he did for Carmella. That'd be fine. Why not? Enzo and Cass are getting stale anyways. What does the Bailey's life segment lead to an incest angle between her and her dad? It would be gross and fucked up, but not as boring. Oh, that would be terrible. Do you think another Eastern Conference team should form a super team to take out LeBron's team? Yeah, well, that's the only way you can do it. You got it. The thing is, though, they have to be young. They literally have to be young. They can't be a bunch of like, oh, we're all Ah, I hate AT&T Uverse internet provider. Hopefully everything's back to normal. I'm so sorry about that, guys. I'm so sorry about that. I hate AT&T, man. I really, really hate AT&T Uverse so much. I'm having a good stream. I'm having a mojo. I'm talking about stuff. And then all of a sudden, boom. I'm so pissed off, dude. Like, honestly, I'm just tired of this shit with my stream, dude. Like, honestly, one of the main reasons too why I don't stream a lot too is because my family uses the internet like it's so fucking crazy, dude. Like, my mom works from home, so it's like she uses the internet, and so I get the shitty internet because like my streams used to be like super high quality all the time, but now it's just like kind of whatever quality because my mom's using the internet all the fucking time. But yeah, as I was saying about the NBA super team stuff, you gotta get John Wall, Paul George, and one other guy, but it has to be a big man. It can't be like maybe Brooke Lopez can be considered a super team guy. Like you get Brooke Lopez, you're like, hey Brooke, here's some good teammates for you, and he can be like the third guy because he's been stretching it out as of late. So Brooke Lopez would be a good guy. So get those three idiots together. Maybe that'll be a super team right there. That's a pretty good super team. I know Bradley, everyone's going to be like, what about Bradley Beal? He's good. Bradley Beal's good, but he's like a good second guy. He's not really like a super team guy. He's not really someone who's like, oh, yeah, that's a super team player. Like, John Wall's a super team player. And that would actually be bad, too, because then you had Paul George. Wall can kick it out to George and drive, and George can slash. And you can also kick it out to Lopez because Lopez can hit the 3, too. So, Now, Sixer, yeah, if they can stay healthy, that's the main question. Because Simmons, he's just an athletic freak. Joel Embiid looks like he's going to be one of the better centers in the NBA, if not the best center in the NBA, and stuff like that. So, yeah, the Sixers do have a chance. Nothing much, Schmitty, just chilling here, talking about whatever right now. I already talked about the wrestling stuff, so just go on the playback or just scroll the stream back a little bit. But yeah, worst super team in NBA history. Probably the Pacers when they had Artest, Steven Jackson, and Reggie, because literally they and also what's his face, Jermaine O'Neal, because literally they should have won at least one championship, but they didn't. They couldn't even get over the weird Pistons team and stuff like that. They couldn't get over that mismatched Pistons team, and then later on, obviously the Malice and the Palace, which kind of ruined that team. But yeah, that's kind of, if you want to call them a super team, that's kind of one of the worst super teams, or maybe the Nets super team that they try to do too. That was a pretty bad super team where they traded everything for Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, and Jason the Jet Terry, thinking that would help them out, but it didn't. I mean, yeah, if you're playing 2K. Maybe also the next super team, Porzingis, Derrick Rose, and Carmelo. But honestly, I still think the Indiana Pacers one is pretty bad because even though, yes, the Nets were like overhyped and they went over the luxury tax, I still feel like the Pacers super team was really bad because they couldn't even get rid of the mismatched Pistons. Like, like Chauncey Billups is good, Rip Hamilton's good, Ben Wallace is great, but you can't tell me they're better than that freaking super team right there, especially when Artest and Steven Jackson were both hitting in their primes. So that's why I say that super team was kind of bad. Oh, and also maybe the Kobe team too. The Kobe Dwight super team. Oh, that was bad too. And Steve Nash. How did you feel when the Celtics gave the Cavs their first loss? I did not care. I was just like, oh, I guess they're extending this shit. That's what I really said. Do you see Gordon Hayward going to Celtics because of the connections between him and Brad Stevens dating back to Butler? It's very possible. Normally, I don't really buy into it, but really, to be honest, if you're Gordon Hayward, either situation's a great situation for you. I mean, that's serious. Like, it's a good situation for you. Because if you stay in Utah, you're going to be with the team that you really like, with a bunch of players you really like, good chemistry that's going to keep on growing. And maybe you can end up like the Golden State, because people forget the Golden State Warriors were just a bunch of guys that they drafted that ended up being really, really good at the end of it all. Like Klay Thompson did really good and stuff like that. And everything like that. Like Klay Thompson turned on, Draymond Green turned on, and same with Stephen Curry. It took the Warriors a while before they became super good, and the Jazz can end up like the Warriors. They already have a big time center in place on Rudy Gobert. They also have, Rodney Hood, who I think has developed to be a wonderful two guard, and also Joe Ingles, if they can also keep him under contract as well. He's also a free agent. Thankfully, he's restricted, but people are going to overpay for him because of what he can do in today's NBA. He's another good piece to have. The Jazz have a nice team around them. It's just that it's going to take time to develop. But on the other hand, maybe you're tired of playing on the Jazz. Maybe you want to go to Boston. Maybe you like the history of the Celtics more than the Utah Jazz. Both teams have great history, but when it comes to a winning history, let's be real here. No offense, Jazz fans, but the Boston Celtics beat you out on that category. They have a winning history. They are a winning franchise. You go to Boston, you get to wear that Celtic colors. Not only that, you have a chance to maybe even go further in the playoffs than you ever will with the Utah Jazz. Because let's face it, you have the Spurs, you have the Rockets, you have the Thunder, you have the Blazers maybe, and then other teams coming up on the rise like the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Denver Nuggets. You have all these teams that you have to deal with. And especially because, let's not forget, the Jazz play in the Northwest Division. I know people don't really care about the basketball divisions, but still, when it comes down to it, you have to play the Timberwolves, you have to play the Blazers, you have to play the Nuggets, you have to play the Thunder. Maybe going to Boston's a good thing. It's a possibility. My friend Valena says, it would be lit if Balor, not Baylor, we do not call him by his real last name, Balor gets buried on Sunday. Oh, Elena, you know how wonderful it would be? Because I already have my jobber jacket ready. I have this stupid jobber jacket ready for when Finn Balor gets buried this Sunday. I would love it if it was like they all did like a combination of moves. No, but sadly enough, I think Finn Balor is going to win. But it'd be even more sweeter, Belena, because then he gets buried by Lesnar. So it's going to be great. He'll be doing Yahoo and all that other shit against Lesnar, and Lesnar will be like, ha ha, suplex city, bitch. Do you think WWE has not made any real legit main eventers stars since 2005? And I'm talking since Cena and Batista. Yeah, they haven't made any. Like, because the problem is with WWE, like with Cena and Batista, it doesn't matter what the fans think about them. They went all in with them. They're like, you know what? You can boo them, you can cheer them. We don't give a fuck. We'll go all in. Because if WWE believes in someone, that shows that you should care about them. They don't do that with Roman Reigns. They don't do that with Seth Rollins. They don't do that with anyone. They don't believe in these fucking idiots. They really just go, fans don't like Roman. Let's pussyfoot around it. No, believe in him. If he beats Lesnar at WrestleMania 31, guarantee you Roman Reigns would feel like a bigger star than he is now. Yeah, Triple H doesn't want to make any marquee names because they'll end up doing fucking movies. That's why. Triple H is afraid of losing stars. Samoa Joe Valena winning would be cool. I would like if Joe won, but the Lesnar-Joe match doesn't really have that much does it really have that much merit right now? I don't know. Neville is great. It's too bad he's being wasted in the cruiserweight division. The division, like that division is just so bad, man. Like they just have no one. TJP, I hate that guy so much. TJP. He changed his name. He's no longer TJ Perkins. He's TJP. Doing stupid dabbing and shit. Funny dudes down there. Yeah, I know, but yeah, no, like it's just like, to be honest here, it's like you gotta believe in your stars. You gotta push them all the way, even if the shit doesn't make sense. Like that's why with Jinder, why some people are getting behind him, because it's like WWE, like where some people are like getting into the bullshit of like, oh, WWE's doing good things with Jinder, and because at least they're doing shit with him. They're going all in on Jinder. It's not like they're like, oh, well, we'll pussyfoot with. No, they're going all in. I know. Why is the GOAT Kalisto, what's it called, getting buried by Titus O'Neil? That was funny too. Titus O'Neil was saying that's how you win. Aries and Neville should have ended at Mania. I don't know why this feud is still going. Simon, did you get to the "This Is Your Life" yet? Once you get to that, then that's it's bad when WWE deletes it off their YouTube. That was bad, super bad. Oh, and the Kurt Angle message. Who's sending this to me? Why would someone say I'm an embarrassment? Oh, I don't know who it is. Fucking idiots. Yeah, but like Valena, it's like Aries and Neville should have ended at WrestleMania with either Aries winning or Neville being the king. It's literally like, why would you keep on going with this feud? Yeah, I know, right, Simon? Like, most of the stuff in wrestling, it's like, you laugh at it, too. It's sad. You just laugh at how bad it is, to be honest with you. Yeah, no, Elaine, it's stupid. Fucking Rusev, one of the most talented workers that they currently have, someone that is like a legit main eventer, it's just not going to get a shot anymore at title. It would make sense, though, if Rusev faces Jinder instead of Randy again. Like, seriously, just do the Randy match on SmackDown Live and then have it where Rusev faces Jinder afterwards. And then have Rusev say, you took everything from me. You took my girl. You ruined my life. Like do that. Everyone Rusev's mad at Jinder. And Rusev also was a dominant force, too. It wasn't like Rusev was like, oh, I'm Rusev Machka. I sucked my whole career. No, Rusev at one point was a dominant force, so it would be a good test for Jinder. And plus, Rusev is kind of getting a rebranding, being on SmackDown Live. Like, you'd think that would make sense. You would just have Rusev face Jinder. But seriously, like what I've seen right now is like literally what I feel like WWE is going to do is they're going to have Jinder beat up next. Like AJ's going to face Jinder next for sure because they got to get Jinder like that really because Randy Orton and Jinder, they wrestle too similar. And so they're just going to have another slow-paced match, which is fine. It just depends on the style of wrestling you like. But they're going to have another slow-paced match. And that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes it's good to slow it down. One match where everyone's like, oh, Jinder's not that bad of an in-ring worker because in-ring fucking matters, I guess, to be a world champion. They're going to have Jinder face AJ, maybe face Cena, and then either have Cena win, and then Cena will go on to lose to Corbin. But yeah, it is what it is. Someone asked me about the Boston Celtics #1 pick. I think they should keep it, to be honest. Like, I don't feel like trading for the cancer known as Jimmy Butler is a good thing. Jimmy Butler is a cancer. I don't get why people he's a great player, but he literally is such an asshole to all his teammates. Like, most of his teammates don't like him. Like, it's when Rajon Rondo thinks you're a cool guy, you should know that's a problem. Because Rondo doesn't like anyone. Yeah, he's only got belt. Well, I don't know, Lena. He could hold it. He could hold it longer because the Indian tour is not till September. Belt for a long time. Like I'm not even joking when I say that. He could hold it for a long time because they like. What sounds better, him entering as a former champion or him entering as champion defending the belt in India, especially for the tour? I think they want him as champion. Dude, I don't know what WWE is doing with Elias Sampson. That's another thing that I did not talk about in this Raw review. But literally, why are they just wasting what Elias Sampson is as a character? Like, look, the Drifter is not like the greatest character ever, but at least it's a character for Raw, right? You would think you would want to feature it more, do something different with it. Like, honestly, he should have just stayed on NXT because he's literally not doing anything different that he did on NXT. Like, seriously, you could have brought up someone else from NXT at this point than Elias Sampson. Like, really, Elias Sampson wasn't your best bet. I would rather have freaking Chris Hero's fat ass wearing his Kings jersey and his basketball jerseys than Elias Sampson wasting my time playing a guitar and not doing anything and not even getting a reaction. It's not even like a goofy gimmick where like Bo Dallas that at least got a reaction. It's just like the fans are like, how do I perceive this gimmick? How do I perceive what this dude is? Like, what is he? Like, that's the problem is, like, the fans don't know how to perceive him. Like, Vince is always high on these weird gimmicks from NXT. He's never high on, like, the gimmicks that could work. He literally just looks at someone and be like, I like this one. Let's do it. And then when he finally gets behind someone that, like, could actually work on the main roster, he brings them up far too fucking late. And then he just, like, forgets about them. He's just like, oh, I don't know who this is. Oh, yeah. He's, like, facing Ambrose Elena one week, and then all of a sudden now he's facing Jack Evans. Or whatever his name was, whatever that Steve Evans, whatever that jobber's name was that he faced. Steven Jackson, I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Like seriously, like that's why he likes Aleister Black. So that's why Vince is like so high on the Aleister Black fellow. And congratulations to him. I'm glad, fellow Dutchman, getting some love. But seriously, he's just muscular. That's why he's just like, oh, I like him. He's muscular than most cruiserweights. No, Nero, they don't want their wrestlers to make movies because they'll probably make more money making movies than in wrestling. That's the problem. Is like, because see, once you see, like, the thing about money is this. At first, you would probably think a certain job you do sucks. But then you see your paycheck. And then you like that job. Like, I remember being a cook. I hated being a cook. It sucked. Getting burnt. Having to deal with the rush, the stress, always being around hot shit. It was hot. It was annoying. I didn't like being a cook. But boy, man, when I saw that paycheck, it was nice. And then later on, when you find out that higher positions pay you more, oh shit, you want to end up trying to become a manager because you end up getting paid more to boss people around. And that's like less work. Now it depends on who's a manager and how managers act, but you get the idea. Just think about this. WWE, you have to do all this shit 5 to 6 days on the road doing wrestling stuff. And maybe you have a day off. But sometimes on your day off, maybe you have to do some promotion stuff. Maybe you have to go to Comic-Con. Maybe you have to do all this shit. Maybe you have to do all that stuff. And then later on, you go to acting. And yeah, it's hard. You're on a set a lot of the time. But you're mostly on just that one set. And then later on, you see the paycheck you get. And you see, shit, I made more in this paycheck than I did for 3 months of wrestling. Like, look at CM Punk. He got his ass beat for 13 seconds. Everyone make a minute 13. Everyone makes fun of him for it, but hey, he's the one lapping to the bank. He got paid $500,000. The Usos to get paid $500,000 probably have to do what? 8 months of wrestling. They have to do 8 months of house shows and all this other rigorous bullshit. That's the thing, man. Once you find out, like, oh, you can make more money, you doing less work, it's fine. Because really, to be honest, you see how these wrestlers live. Most of them are smart. They live in nice houses and stuff like that. Like, have you guys seen Hunico's house? Hunico has a nice-ass house. With this money, for goddamn money, they know what the hell they're doing. They know what to do with it. And if you just give them more money, oh, yeah, they're going to be even more smarter with it. Yeah, there's wrestlers who are done with their money. There's wrestlers who wasted their money, yes. But the wrestlers today seem like they're pretty smart. John Cena has a dope house and dope cars for how much money he has, and he makes a lot more than a lot of these wrestlers. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Cena's just doing movies just to make extra dough. He's probably getting paid good enough dough to do these extra movies too. Yeah, like I hate the restaurant industry. I told people like I'm never gonna work in a kitchen ever again. I hate kitchens. They're too hot, man. I ain't nobody got time for this shit. Yeah, Apollo Crews. Yeah, supposed to be the first black champ. Now he's just like he's really not doing anything, really, to be honest. He's just like doing that LeVar Ball ripoff. Yeah, exactly. The mid carders have to be smart with their money. They know what. That's why the mid carders they end up doing good outside of the wrestling business too. That's why mid carders they get released out. Whatever, I'll be back. They say like I can come whenever. That's why fans should be pissed off if someone gets released. Like, oh, I can't believe they released them. Like, who cares, dude? Like everyone, like it's funny. Think about this. People were pissed that Damian Sandow got released. Mizdow. They're all upset. How dare they release Damian Sandow? And now Damian Sandow is straight up, literally not doing anything. He's dressing up as a chicken, I think, in TNA right now. On Impact, he's like dressing up as chickens and shit. Elena, are you doing anything right now? Do you want to hop on this thing? It seems like you're just in the chat. If you want to hop on, Elena, you're more than welcome to hop onto this thing if you want. I don't know if you're doing anything right now, but if you want to hop on, you can hop on. We can just shoot the shit. I'm going to be here for another good like 40 minutes anyways, because my streams go long anyways. You can bring in some discussion if you want. Talk about some stuff with wrestling. That is if you want to hop on. I'll send you the link via Twitter and stuff like that. Oh. They're always after the characters in the main roster. They piss away Zayn, Bailey, Samson, all that potential NXT. Hasn't done nothing. Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of the guys, oh, you're on your lunch right now? For sure. I didn't know if you were just like, if you were chilling at home, and I'm like, dude, just jump on. You know, you can always ask me. What are your thoughts on Impact bringing back Scott Steiner? People need to realize it's no longer TNA, it's Impact. Get it right. I don't care. You know that's bad. Like, did you all see Scott Steiner's reaction? Holy shit. That made Tito Ortiz proud. No reaction. It was so sad, dude. I was so pissed. Like, literally, Josh Matthews is jumping around to me like, like a fucking little prick. And Scott Steiner's coming out with the sirens and stuff, and no one cared. There was no pop. There was no buzz. The fans were literally sitting there like, who is this guy? That's what it was with Scott Steiner coming back. It was nothing. Well, the funny about Impact. Impact has been big with India for quite some time. Remember, they had that Ring Keen program and stuff like that. Impact has been big on wrestling for quite some time. So, to be honest here, it's not really like the gender thing, to be honest. I'll give gender that. What? He's not even on Impact anymore, Sander? Oh my god. Is Connor bringing back the post-Raw rundown with the panel? I don't know. I heard maybe. Like, I heard something. Like, someone was talking about that on Facebook. I wasn't sure what they were talking about. I don't know if I'll be able to do that because I'm always working Monday nights. And maybe, but if I bring on Mondays, I would definitely like to jump onto that. That'd be fun. Do you think Impact fans are just casual fans? I think a lot of people go to Impact shows like are not casual fans, Tommy. I feel like it's like people who trick their kids that they're going to a WWE show. I can picture a dad doing that. Hey, let's go to a WWE show, kid. Like, because, like, you know, the thing is, like, WWE is the biggest show in town, and so you can trick a kid and everything like that. So yeah, Cena as a drug seller was dope. Oh yeah, from what's it called, Sisters or something like that. I think that was the movie, right? Sisters or something. Yeah, about Connor, they'll bring back the poster. I hope he does. That was one of the best segments on his channel, to be honest. Here, like even like not just because I was on it, but it was just more of like that was like something on his channel that like people actually got excited for every week and stuff like that. So I hope Connor does bring that back because it would definitely help out his channel a lot too, and stuff like that. Because like the post-Raw rundown, like talking about Raw every night with other people is always fun, especially with differing opinions. And you know me, Elena, it was always fun arguing with Matt from In the Rope Show. Speaking of In the Rope Show, what the hell have they been doing? Yeah, he needs to do buzz, especially like because like for me, I do YouTube as a hobby, so I the business aspect for me, it's always fun to talk about. But I'm not like, oh, I gotta do this for the views and stuff. Like I just do this for fun, and I think a lot of people like that. They're just like, oh yeah, we'll watch Chase for like more fun shit than like taking wrestling seriously. If you want to go take wrestling seriously, go watch JD from NY and all those other dudes. Like they love doing that. Yeah, no, but yeah, for Carter, I feel like him doing the post-Raw rundown again would be really good for his channel. Even like a post-SmackDown live show or something like that. Like just something that like a live show, or even if he like groups them together and does like a live thing like Tuesday night where he does Raw and then SmackDown. Yeah, maybe a longer show, but it'd be a cool little discussion. And you don't even need to talk about the whole everything that happened on Raw and SmackDown anyways. You can just bring up some point. Like I don't talk about everything that happens on Raw and SmackDown. Like I literally just talk about what I feel like is worthy to talk about and interesting to talk about, and then I bring it to the table. That's it. Because like there's no point in being like, oh yeah, and then Rich Swann was dancing with Sasha Banks this week, so that was cool, and I can't wait for Rich Swann and Sasha Banks to take on Alicia Fox and Noam Dar. So Noam Dar, that's another dude. Like I'm surprised. Like what's it called? I'm surprised. Like Noam Dar. Like with Noam Dar, like I'm surprised they ain't doing shit with him because like he's a pretty decent wrestler, but then again, he's like way too technical and kind of boring. But I don't know. Oh, keeping 100 Connors in a bit isn't as big because SD. Many people say he's ripping off JD. That's why. A lot of people rip off JD from NY. JD from NY ripped off a bunch of people and stuff like that. Same with JD pretty much ripped off Joe Cronin, in my personal opinion. Dude, to be honest here, JD and Joe Cronin ripped off J-Dub. That's an old school name. No, everyone's gonna be like just like Scott Steiner. Most of these people here are like, "Whoo, fuck!" J-Dub was like the originator of doing like live streams and everything like that when it came to YouTube. Him and the PWF Empire, if I remember correctly, they were like the originators of doing it live and everything like that. Like, really, to be honest, no one's ripping off anyone. It's just like, yeah, they may have similar styles, but just because someone has a similar style, like people would say, "Oh, you're like with me." Oh, I ripped off OTR Central. Yeah, I used them as inspiration, but I'm not like ripping them off. Like, I'm not like in the rope show. It's not like my show is called Chase the Rope Show. It's like literally like they do their own things. And like same with In the Rope Show. In the Rope Show is not ripping off OTR Central. They're their own thing. They just have a similar name. Did you see the brawl Bryce Harper and Hunter Strickland from yesterday? I swear to God, JC, every time. I remember I was just like Bryce Harper, dude, is like the weirdest MVP candidate ever, man. Like, he's the weirdest star in baseball. I just don't get this guy. Like, I remember I was watching it, like, and this was happening at my work when I was watching this shit. So I was just watching the game, and it was kind of a slow day at work for Memorial Day. People probably recovering, but it got a little bit busy. And then I remember like when it was slowing down, and after a rush, you kind of just want to chill. Like everyone does that at work. If you work at a place like that where it's like a rush, you just want to chill afterwards for a bit. So I was just chilling for a bit. And I literally was just watching Bryce Harper going up to the goddamn pitcher and fucking beating him up. And I'm like, what the fuck is your problem, Bryce Harper? Why do you always do this? Why you get punched by your own teammates? You get choked out. You're always fighting people. You're always angry about something. Dude's a psychopath, man. He's really good at baseball. I'm not going to lie. If you ask me like who I think one of the best baseball players today is, it's Bryce Harper. No question. He's fucking great. I think he is one of the best players in baseball. You can argue with me. You could say Mike Trout, Paul Goldschmidt. I love Chris Bryant, but I wouldn't put Chris Bryant in Bryce Harper category, just saying. But you know what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of great baseball players. But seriously, would you recommend me to watch Lucha Underground? Is it any good? Nero, if you like goofy storylines, yeah, but not really, to be honest. I don't really recommend too much Lucha Underground stuff. Like, you have to like goofy shit, to be honest. It was really goofy when I was watching it on Netflix. Like, I thought Lucha Underground could work with casual fans. I tried to show some of my casual friends Lucha Underground. They just did not get it. Yeah, I know Bryce Harper dropped out of high school. Like, I knew that about him. He's really good, though. Yeah, but like to go on what I was talking about with Elena, don't be afraid, guys, about like feel like if you're copying someone on YouTube. If anything, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Who cares, man? If people say you're a ripoff, who cares? It doesn't matter, to be honest. As long as you do things your way and you have fun doing it, man. Because guarantee you, man, the thing about Connor is he'll bring me on his show. JD and Joe Cronin, they wouldn't bring a guy like me on this show because like they would be afraid of my opinions. Like people don't bring me on a lot of their shows because people are afraid of what I say because, like, not to say, like, because I'm controversial. I say shit that's on my mind. I don't care if people like it or not. But I'm not, like, independent loving and stuff like that. Their channels, they know their audience because they don't want to lose their audience members. Because my audience members, I'm not going to drag in the independent fan base. I've lost that fan base a long time ago, and I'm fine with it because I'd rather have understandable and reasonable wrestling fans to talk about with on this channel. They have their little indie friends that feel like Daniel Bryan's still going to wrestle in New Japan once his WWF contract runs out. Like, what the fuck? So, yeah. Tubby Emu. Oh, yeah, the wrestling video gamer. I heard Impact gives their fans free tickets because their only way they'd be able to get them to attend the arena. I heard these fans are just people with nothing better to do. I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. I mean, really, to be honest here, yeah, that sounds like an interesting. Like, I could just imagine, like, if I wasn't a wrestling fan, and let's just say I was out with a friend or a girlfriend or something like that. Like, if I was just out with a friend or a girlfriend or maybe like a couple other people, I could just imagine just walking up there and just be like, hey, you want to go to this wrestling show? I'm like, pretty fun. It's like, yeah, let's go. I mean, what else do we have to do? We're in this small town that doesn't really do shit. Yeah, let's go. Go to a wrestling show. You just sit there. And you might have a good time. You're just sitting there just like, what the fuck are these idiots doing? So, yeah. Amare 316 says, I like JD from NY and Joe Cronin, but sometimes they come up as douchebags who take wrestling way too seriously. They do. Honestly, too, I forgot to say, too, for JD and Joe Cronin, really, to be honest, if you want to be real here, they're probably ripoffs of Bruce Blitz. Bruce Blitz was really like the first guy to, like, I gave J-Dub a lot of props, but also I got to give Bruce Blitz props, too. I can't forget about him, too. I totally forgot because he really does his own thing. But really, to be honest, you could say JD and Joe Cronin are ripoffs of fucking Bruce Blitz, the way they rant and the way they rave and stuff like that. Like they literally are just like ripoffs of those guys. WWE bring, they're just saying that to TNA. Like, honestly, I feel like there is. Like, I think they're just saying that right now because they're just like, oh yeah, we have no interest. And plus, like, didn't the person that wrote that, wasn't that like some intern or something like that? Like, that wasn't even like a big time like person or something. Like, not an intern, but it was like a writer. Like, like what is he gonna know? Vince doesn't freaking tell his writers everything. Otherwise, that'd be like the dumbest thing ever. I want to say the Lex Man, he is kind of a ripoff, a little bit. I mean, he did original stuff in the beginning, but then he kind of get ripped off. Like, he definitely rips off like a bunch. Like, I don't feel like the Lexman's a ripoff. He's more of like he goes with the popular opinion a lot because that's just what he does. Sup, Aisha? Haven't seen you since high school. Yeah, I still do this for fun, Aisha. I don't really do it for much. Going to Cal Lutheran right now, Aisha, and I'm almost done with that bullshit. Working on my marketing degree. It's fun. Math, numbers, marketing communications, to be more precise. Hope you're doing well in school, Aisha. I haven't seen you in a minute. Yeah, I know. Bruce Blitz, like, his bread and butter is John Cena. That's why I love when Bruce Blitz like goes like, and he says, "Oh, I hate John Cena with a burning passion," and stuff like that. He's so lazy and repetitive, and it's like, dude, you do the same shit with Cena. No, that's a this Aisha's a girl that I went to school with, like high school and shit. She probably was on Twitter and saw that I was doing this, was like, oh, what the fuck, and then just came in and checked. I think it's safer this way for the sale fans. I'm afraid to see broken gimmick fizzle despite them working with the tag team division. I feel like the more you don't get it, the more you want it. That's how I see it at the end of the day. Yeah, because the broken gimmick, it doesn't need to come right now. Just, you have to have a good storyline for it. You have to have a good storyline. You have to have a good start for why Matt Hardy becomes broken and insane again. You can't have it where it's just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna make Matt Hardy broken for no fucking reason. He comes back, he does this weird shit. Like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, stupid. It's dumb. How does Impact manage to survive, but WCW didn't? It's because Impact, they have all these stupid believers. They have all these dumb people that love to put money into this product for no fucking reason. No reason whatsoever. They're just like, oh, it's all these marks and these wrestlers that are fans and pretend that they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. That's why. They always have these dumb marks that want to freaking save this company when it shouldn't be saved. They should just literally just let this company die. I swear to God, whenever nuclear weapons destroy this earth, the cockroaches and Impact Wrestling will survive. And everyone thinks I'm joking when I'm saying this, but goddamn, dude, Slammiversary 15 is coming up. TNA has lasted 15 fucking years. And out of those 15 years, maybe 3 or 4 of them are worth a damn. Yeah, MCAS are losing their pop, Nero. Because like I said, they come out, they say their usual lines. My name is Enzo Amore. This right here is Big Cass, certified G, bona fide stud. You can't teach that. It's just a goofy catchphrase, but they don't win. Outlaws, they're the 6-time tag team champions of the world. What the fuck are Enzo Amore? And Big Cass, they don't even have like NXT tag team to their name. They're just like, my name is Enzo Amore. Like, they just say a bunch of goofy shit. Cup of haters. Yeah, they're going to lose their pop because they don't win. They're mediocre. They're like an 8-8 football team. An 8-8 football team. Why would you sit there and say, oh, I like an 8-8 football team. I like a mediocre franchise. Why would you be interested in, like, seriously, why would you be interested in a mediocre team? You wouldn't be interested, like, oh, yeah, what team do you like? Oh, I like the Jaguars. Let's be real here. Jaguars fans would be ecstatic if they went 8-8. But you get the idea. Why would you sit here and be like, oh, I like mediocrity? Mediocrity is fun. I love when shit is mediocre. No, mediocrity sucks. It's boring. Maybe in the Timberwolves fan, shit, I know that, man. Like, yeah, the future's bright. I have Wiggins and Towns. But still, man. Maple Jordan and the big cat. Yeah, they just won't die because these marks keep keeping it alive, man. They keep feeding money to this goddamn company. Oh, Matt will have his freedom because he'll be in a tag division. Vince will not let him do this shit in the main event scene. No, Vince will be on them at the main event scene. But tag division and stupid little single feuds, go right ahead. Because look at the New Day. They get away with some lame-ass shit. And it's because they're in tag division. Vince doesn't care. He's like, well, they're not in the main event. They're not fighting the WWE Championship. World Wrestling Federation. Honestly, I also hope in Impact Wrestling when Sting versus Jeff Hardy happened and Victory Road. Yeah. Like, how do you, like, literally, how do you just, like, let Jeff Hardy go out there fucked up? You're like, oh, Jeff, you're on drugs? Go out there and wrestle Sting, one of the greatest wrestling legends of all time. I lost hope after 10-10-10. I like 10-10-10. That's one of my guilty pleasures from TNA, so I'm sorry, man. I can't disagree with you on that. I disagree with you there, Dynasty. I love 10-10-10. We're here. And the new TNA World Heavyweight Champion, Jeff Hardy. And they randomly show up this for no reason. I'm sorry, I love 10-10-10. I can't hate TNA for 10-10-10. I love that. We'll disagree there. If Impact ever dies and WWE were to buy them, would you see them making them a rise and fall of Impact TV? There wouldn't even be a rise. There's no rise. It would just be like the mediocrity. Oh, dude. You know how much AJ Styles will just go hard in that? That's probably the only reason, because AJ Styles is such a nice dude. But I bet you WWE be like, AJ, go hard. Because you can tell AJ was trying to be fucking nice during the Stone Cold podcast. I remember when I only bought the shoot interview for AJ Styles to talk about TNA. And you could tell he's just holding back. Because he didn't want to burn any bridges. He doesn't want to make it. Because AJ Styles is smart. He doesn't want to burn any bridges. He doesn't want to like make it seem like he doesn't care about it, because he does care. But he doesn't want to burn any bridges because, like, hey, what if all of a sudden he gets injured in WWE and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, he can't wrestle in WWE anymore and now he has to go wrestle back for Impact. What if that happens? You know, he doesn't want to burn any bridges. But man, dude, when the mediocrity of Impact DVD releases, oh, AJ is going in on that company. He is going to destroy that. He wants to shoot on that company so bad. Why does the Michael Jordan and LeBron James debate stay happening? Because people, they love comparing. It's just something that's easy to do because Michael Jordan is considered the greatest, and then you see what LeBron's doing at this current era, and then people like to. It's just. It's just more of a fact. I've talked about this many times. It's just like super annoying. It's just like there's good points to why Jordan's better than LeBron. There's some points why LeBron's better than Jordan. But at the end of the day, Jordan's always going to be better. And it's not because of the era he played basketball in. It's because of the sheer dominance that he showed in the finals and how he was a winner. To me, LeBron James, here's the thing. I'm a LeBron James hater. I appreciate what LeBron James has done to basketball. I think he's easily top 5, one of the best players ever to play the sport. Top 5. Now, is he number 2? No, hell no. Because to me, here's the thing. LeBron James, like everyone likes to say, oh, bring up other than 6 rings why Michael Jordan's better than LeBron James. Okay, he wins. Michael Jordan has a clutch factor. He fucking wins. LeBron James does not win. He chokes. Because like, here's the thing. Everyone likes to go, oh, well, LeBron led that shitty Cavs team against the Spurs and everything like that. The Spurs were just a better team. But yet the Cavs had the best player in the world. There's no reason why the Cavs, who had the best player in the world, got swept by the Spurs. I get the Spurs had the better team, but they shouldn't have gotten swept like that. They should have not got swept by that. Losing to the Mavericks, that was a ridiculous excuse. You should not be losing to the fucking Mavericks. I get it, Dirk Nowitzki was on some Jesus power during that season, but still, you formed this big three and you lose. Honestly, you got gift wrapped at the finals against OKC because I don't know what the fuck happened there, but somehow you guys managed to win that finals. Then also, you barely beat the San Antonio Spurs. If it wasn't for Ray Allen's fucking jump shot, you would have not been saved whatsoever. And then later on, you lose to the Spurs again. You lose to the Spurs again, and you lose to the Spurs after you just beat them. So it shows to the fact that the Spurs were a better team and that you couldn't beat them in the first place without Ray Allen. And then you go on and you look at the first series of the Warriors. Yeah, he pushed it to 6 games. He tried his best. That was probably the best I've ever seen LeBron James. And I don't care about his field goal percentage or anything like that. That shit's nerdy shit. If you look at, yeah, look at his field goal percentage, he's shooting. Shut the fuck up. He was trying to carry his fucking team. That's LeBron James carrying a team. That's LeBron James being the best player in the fucking world. That's the shit I want to see every week. Not this bullshit of, oh, look at my passes. But even then, LeBron James, being the best that he can, could not win. He needed Kyrie and Kevin Love still to beat a fucking Warriors team. And he didn't even want to take the final shot. He asked Kyrie to take that final shot that led to his 3rd championship and Cleveland's 1st. So please don't tell me and everyone's going to be like, oh, Jordan did the same thing for Steve Kerr. No, because Jordan knew he was going to be double-teamed. The Warriors weren't going to double-team fucking LeBron. They had Draymond on LeBron. They had their bases covered. Draymond can freaking, and I know it's Draymond. I'm just fucking ranting, so I mess up names sometimes. He can cover LeBron on his own. So, yeah, whatever. All right. Push KO. Sure. Why not? If he can lose weight. What is the worst YWC YouTuber on YouTube in your opinion? The worst? It's not really one that's like the worst. Depends on what you mean by the worst. Like, do they not try on their content? Or are they just not good? Because like, there's like different way, Amari. There's like different ways that you can say it's the worst. To me personally, though, one of the worst though, like back in the day at least, was True Slayer. I thought True Slayer was lazy as fuck. I don't know how he was the big time star, but currently right now, I probably honestly would have to say probably maybe Sean's View's the worst, just because it's just like Sean's View used to be entertaining. I don't know what happened, dude. Like. The thing about Sean's View, whether you liked him or hate him, at least he was entertaining you. Like you could feel entertained by Sean's View video. Nowadays, you don't even get that satisfaction. Nowadays, like people just take his joke and they punch him too. Like he's literally a punching bag that has been used far too much. That's what I think is really like right now the worst YouTuber when it comes to wrestling is Sean's View. Yeah, he may have subscribers. Yeah, he may have the views. Yeah, he may have a big support fan base and stuff. Sean's View has been cool to me too. He's been someone who has watched my videos, liked my videos, supported me and everything like that. I have no problem with Sean's View. But when it just comes to overall watching him, like Joe Cronin and JD, I can see the appeal. I may not be big on Deluxe fans, but I can see why fans like and support him. There's people like that. Like I can see it. I may not like them. I may not watch their content. Bruce Blitz is another guy I don't really like all that much, but I can see why people watch his content and are fans of his. But Sean's View, I just don't understand how you can sit there and say to yourself, like, oh, I like Sean's View, because he literally doesn't bring anything to the table anymore. He's literally a used punching bag. The jokes are all ran out. He's literally, to me, one of the worst wrestling YouTubers. But like I said, there's many ways you can define worse, Amari. But to answer your question, it would just be Sean's View, just because he doesn't bring anything anymore. If Impact ever to die, how would people look back on Impact? Would they view Impact as the worst wrestling company ever? I would mismanage companies ever. Not, oh, whoops. My bad. I didn't want to report that message. Whoever sent that question, I was trying to like right click. I was trying to highlight the question. I'm so sorry for reporting that. That was my bad. That was totally my bad. Like I was trying to right click real quick. You know, I was trying to right click real quick and stuff like that. So that was my bad. Totally my bad, dude. Hopefully nothing fucked up happens with your channel. That was fucking my bad. Totally. But no, I think it's one of the worst mismanaged companies of all time, man. Just one of the worst mismanaged companies. Yeah, New Day had freedom and started to suck. What up, Razor Fan 96? Nice to see you again, buddy. I just finished watching a video from Ochiko Sergio. What's one thing that you would change about professional wrestling right now? Oh, yeah, that was a video that was really good. Actually, I'm still working on my response to that video, to be honest. Not to do a video response, but to comment. Honestly, what I would change about wrestling is, like, I would get rid of the WWE network. Now, hear me out here. I know everyone's saying, well, why would you do that? But I miss when pay-per-views felt special. Like, honestly, I miss when it was like I would have to actually fork. I know it sounds weird, but I miss the days where I had to like look hard for a stream or, you know, fork over actual money to see an event in good quality and stuff like that. I miss kind of in a sense paying for my money's worth. Nowadays, I feel like my money's worth is nothing. Now the network, I pay $9.99 for it and I barely fucking use it. I feel like it's one thing that I would definitely change in professional wrestling right now is get rid of that WWE network because it desensitizes me from wrestling. I don't have to watch the current stuff if I don't want to. I can just go watch the old stuff on the network. I can go watch the old wrestling. I can go watch old documentaries. I can just watch that. I don't need to watch current stuff. Even then, I don't even need to watch the weekly shows because I can just watch the special events and the pay-per-views. And really, to be honest, you're devaluing what made pay-per-views special in the first place was the fact that you get to pay to view them. I know that sounds like everyone's like, oh, why would I want to pay more money? But wasn't that always the fun part? At least it was for me. I always remember it was fun if I had extra money and I could order a pay-per-view. To me, pay-per-views are special. They're supposed to feel special, but they don't feel special. Why can't Bayley turn heel? Because her character would be bad, and then people would start getting behind it. It's just like the same thing with Roman Reigns. Why he can't turn heel? Because turning them heel does nothing. Thoughts on people who want women's money in the bank. Why do they want these people to get injured? Ho Ho Loon, WWE champion. Yeah, Draven G. That's the next champion, man. They'll go out to China. Ho Ho Loon. Or who was that guy? Who was the Chinese superstar that was in the Memorial Battle Royale this year? He will be the next. He will be the first Chinese champion. Glad to know, Nero, that you're on the same page with me. That, like, you know, it felt like, and the thing too was, it made you like be smart with your money too. Like it made you realize like not every pay-per-view is worth $50. Like that's why UFC pay-per-views sometimes feel like a big deal, and sometimes I want to get them because like I know it's like, oh shit, I gotta pay $50 for this shit. Oh, hope I'm smart about it. So yeah. Well, I don't know about that, Kanon. Team Bing. Yeah, Bing. Bing as WWE champion. Fuck Ho Ho Loon, Draven Gene. Ting Bing. Next champion, baby. I mean, he lasted long in that Andre Battle Royale. You know what's funny too? Mojo Rawley won that thing. And he eliminated Jinder. Remember, he eliminated Jinder to win that match. No, Joe Juicy, I wouldn't pay money for it. I would just wish that like the network didn't like, because the thing is, Joe Juicy, it made pay-per-views feel special. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like, and also too, WWE would actually try harder to give out better pay-per-views if it were $50 and $9.99. Because I can tell you right now, in the year 2011 and 2012 and 2013, before they even started this network nonsense, I can tell you right now, there's more pay-per-views better than the pay-per-views that we see now. When was the last good pay-per-view that WWE has produced? What, Backlash of last year? And that's not even a good show. It was just good because AJ Styles won the title. That's what I'm saying. If you look at 2011 through 2013, yeah, pay-per-views are $50. But man, dude, how many more better shows were there? I can name SummerSlam 2011, Money in the Bank 2011, SummerSlam 2013. You know, there's so many good shows. I'm just saying, man. Like, I feel WWE will actually try more if there was 50 like people paid money, actual money for these pay-per-views. I think the last good show, to be biased here, was Hell in a Cell 2015, to be honest with you. Cameron Lynch says, Cruiserweight Championship ladder match next year at Mania, book it. That actually sounds useful for the Cruiserweight, so they're not going to do it. Last great pay-per-view was Money in the Bank 2011. Agreed. Last good pay-per-view was WrestleMania 30. Yeah. Yeah, I'll go with that one. But the last decent is 33. You thought 33 was decent this year? Ugh. I mean, it was okay, but I want to say decent pay-per-view. Went too long. I'll say the last decent one is probably Hell in a Cell 2015. Not because I went to that show, but Lesnar versus Taker was lit. Yeah, well, SummerSlam 2002 is considered one of the best SummerSlams. Comparing 2002 to 2007. What the fuck are you talking about 2007? 2007 sucked. That's what Triple H come back and bury Booker T. Rey Mysterio coming back as the pudgy Silver Surfer. What the hell? What do you want, Cameron Lynch? Yeah, no, that's the thing too, Draven G. That's what I'm talking about with the network. Oh yeah, that Rumble was actually a good show. It was just IWC hated it because of Roman winning. They're like, the 2015 Rumble, how dare they have Roman win? Actually, 2016 Royal Rumble was the last decent show. Triple H did win the title. Yeah, that would be hardcore sin for wrestling to be accepted. I don't know if Adam Cole's in NXT. Okay, Cameron, I don't know if you're trolling at this point. WrestleMania 19 is definitely better than WrestleMania 11. WrestleMania 11 is one of the worst WrestleManias of all time. You didn't like 2017 Royal Rumble? Yeah, it was a pretty goofy show. 2016 Royal Rumble, oh, praise God, all day long. The game. Oh, wow, I started streaming 2 hours ago. That's way too long for me. All right, so I'll be on for another maybe, I'll take 3 more questions. So the first 3 questions that pop up, I'll take or answer, and then I have to actually go because I have to eat something because I'm hungry as fuck. I had breakfast, but I haven't ate my lunch yet, so I got to eat something. Otherwise, I'm going to be grumpy. Worst Mania, 2, 9, or 11? Oh, I think 11's 9. People give 9 a lot of shit. And I can see mainly for the ending, but from start to bottom, 11 is just terrible, man. 11 is just terrible. Chase, do you think Roman Reigns should have never defended the championship at Rumble 2016? They announced defending the title at the Royal Rumble match. They fucked up. I feel like they should have just kept the WWE Championship vacant until the 2016 Royal Rumble, to be honest. They should have just kept it vacant for a long-ass time. But that's their fault. Oh, yeah, 2014 Rumble. That was a funny Rumble. Batista won. Fans were booing. I was so shocked when fans were booing about Batista winning. I thought they were excited to see him come back, and they were booing him. Batista came back, and they were booing him. I love Batista, though. Batista's one of my favorite wrestlers, so. I walk for miles inside this pit of danger. A place where no one follows me. I walk alone. And this is the last question. Chase, do you think Sasha Banks should turn heel in July? It'd be funny if she turned heel after this, during this pay-per-view match with Rich Swann. But yeah, no, she needs to turn heel soon. In July, I don't know why specifically July. But yeah, she should turn heel. I'll answer the Taste Gods question because it is about indie guys. And you know me, I love making fun of indie guys. Do you think WWE is worse than it's ever been since they're pushing more indie guys instead of guys that can be big stars? Well, they're pushing more dumbasses, dude. They're pushing guys that feel like they know the business, but they clearly don't know the business because they never made the money like the big stars did. That's just the bottom line. I wish Sami Zayn could sit there and talk to Stone Cold, and instead of Stone Cold be like, "Hey, Sammy, doing a good job. I feel like you're doing a good thing with the company." What? Like, he would be like, "Sammy, you fucking suck. You ain't drawing a single dime with all your moves. This is how you draw money, damn it." And then Sami Zayn would be like, "Oh, wow. I should actually do that because I'm a fucking retard." It's because they push all these retards that just say moves are just dumb and stuff like that. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. You guys like what you saw, hit that subscribe button. Video gets a big old thumbs up. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68, YouTube.com/ChaseOliver. Pay me tons. That's my Pay Me Tons account. Remember, guys, pay me tons of money because I ain't give me money and all that other joking shit. But yeah, in the description, once again, JD Venom, Venom Nation Wrestling. Make sure you guys check out his channel and make sure you guys check out the latest top 10 I did with him. If you guys like what you saw from me, you can watch an hour more of me because that's how long the top 10 is of the top 10 things we do as wrestling fans. And if you guys do watch that video, please give a thumbs up and please comment things that you do as wrestling fans, 10 things that you would do as professional wrestling fans. I'll see you all tomorrow for my WWE Extreme Rules Prevail and Productions. Thank you all very much. Have yourself a wonderful day. Enjoy it. And remember, just like Brock Lesnar, sometimes you don't have to give a shit. Fuck Finn Balor.